Listen, I got my own fan base cooking me. I got Lee Gunner on a regular basis trying to cook me. I got rival fans from other clubs trying to cook me. And today, you got Fabrizio Romano in my replies trying to cook me? What the hell is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What on earth is going on? Shout out to everyone joining us from Never a Foul. Shout out to everybody joining us on Twitter. But this is a mad thing, ladies and gentlemen. First things first, before you go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. Shout out to all you people who watch the channel. But in case you guys don't know, Noni Madueke to Arsenal is progressing, and it's progressing fairly quickly. Now, before we go any further, let me give you a quick backstory on what's going on. I posted this tweet around 2 p.m. Today. I posted it, and I looked back at some of Fabrizio Romano's former tweets. 15 minutes from the tweet that I posted, he said that it's understood that Arsenal are now advancing on personal term discussions with Noni Madueke and hasn't asked to leave Chelsea at this stage, but focused on the Club World Cup. Meanwhile, understood Arsenal are open to the move. Nothing is agreed or close between the clubs yet, right? Then you have this one here, which was on the 1st of July, saying that Arsenal are discussing Noni Madueke internally, separate deal from Eze. As reported last week, no proposal has been submitted yet to Chelsea or Noni Madueke, as Arsenal are keeping assessing multiple options. Then you have the situation on July the 3rd, 2 days ago, also reporting something similar, saying these are mostly very similar tweets. And he said that a new round of talks with Noni Madueke, as the player could be open to the move. Nothing advanced yet in terms, club approach, or direct negotiation between Arsenal, maintaining contact separate from Eze deal. So there you go. And then finally, July 1st, he also responded to a Pai's tweet stating that Noni Madueke remains as one of the names on Arsenal's shortlist. No bid or proposal so far. So these are the tweets that I put out there. And what I posted is this right here. Before we go any further, this is what I posted on the tweet. So you can see right there, I posted this and I said, Fabrizio Romano has tweeted 4 times in 5 days about Noni Madueke to Arsenal. No real new update. Smoke screen anyone. And I'm not even taking a shot at Fabrizio Romano. I'm just saying that they're giving him information, maybe from Chelsea, maybe from Arsenal, and maybe there's an ulterior motive to try to get another deal sorted or something. And this could just be a distraction from what we really want to do, which might be Rodrygo and Eze, for example. And maybe that's just me as an Arsenal fan being a little bit delusional. Maybe that's just me as an Arsenal fan being a little bit more positive than I need to be. Maybe that's just me saying this is hype and I'm getting too excited. No need to get too excited, right? But then you go to the replies. Wait, before we even go to the replies, Fabrizio Romano, under his original tweet that he tweeted 6 hours ago, I tweeted this. Under his original tweet, I tweeted this. Nothing agreed / close between the clubs. Let's keep it that way. And as you can see, a lot of Arsenal fans agree with that. And hopefully they do. But Fabrizio Romano fully replied to my actual tweet. And this is what he replied with before we go any further. Where is it? Where's the tweet? Here we go. This is what he actually replied with. Man came out and ratioed me like crazy. But before we go any further, he said that now you'll trust the news, mate. Since last week, let's see what happens in the club-to-club talks. First things first. People saying, damn, cook his ass, Fabrizio. All the Chelsea fans getting gassed, getting giggity. Ethan won't leave. We'll talk about Ethan in a second. But Fabrizio Romano replying to me in this tweet just tells me that I should be a little bit more concerned that Noni Madueke to Arsenal is going to be an actual reality. Forget about the fact that David Ornstein has tweeted. Forget about the fact that anything else. We're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. I personally am concerned about Noni Madueke to Arsenal being a good signing or not. I don't think it's a good signing. I'm never going to be hyping him up. I don't think Noni Madueke to Arsenal makes any sense. We should not be signing him. And we're going to speak about that in a second. But Fabrizio Romano does not go out on a limb and back something because he knows more information than we do. And for him to be there and to be replying to my tweet, by the way, I did not tag him in the tweet in any way or form. This was not a personal attack on him in any way or shape or form. But he seen the tweet, he decided to reply, and the reason why he replied is because none other than David Ornstein, where is it? David Ornstein replied by saying this. Where is it? Here. David Ornstein just what was this? 2 hours what was it? 5 hours ago said this right here, that Noni Madueke agrees personal terms with Arsenal, and as they consider an approach for the Chelsea and England international. The Arsenal have greenlit this deal and are strongly have strong relations with Chelsea, but no club-to-club talks yet. A firm option to bolster their wings. Now, here's the thing. I don't want Noni Madueke, and I have made this clear on numerous occasions. I don't want Noni Madueke. If you guys go see my tweets, you can see I've tweeted about it yesterday, saying Arsenal. Why would Arsenal even look at Noni Madueke, as Ethan is already a better player, younger, and no need to block his pathway. I've also gone. And the day that this link was being even reported, I went to the level of saying nobody wants or needs him to Arsenal. We need to stop buying Chelsea rejects. I don't want him. Ethan can offer us more. And I think a lot of you guys might agree with me. Even people who genuinely on a regular basis disagree with me, like Livs is in the chat saying he agrees with me on this situation. I don't think we need Noni Madueke. I don't want Noni Madueke. I'm against Arsenal signing Noni Madueke. Simply put, I think it would be a mistake. I think we don't need him, and they've made it very clear and evident why I don't think we should sign him. Now, Fabrizio Romano did Fabrizio Romano did nothing in the Aubameyang run-up. That's true. Shout out to you, Netweed. We got Wolf's FI in the building with the super chat. Super sticker. Didn't even say anything. Shout out to you, my friend. Big up to you. But yeah, bringing it back. Let me just show you guys something. I don't think Noni Madueke to Arsenal makes that much of a improvement to our team, right? I don't want Noni Madueke to Arsenal. I don't understand why we would spend anywhere near the money that they would want to sign Noni Madueke. But the thing is, if we go based off what David Ornstein said, there has not yet been club-to-club talks. Although Chelsea might want to sell Noni Madueke and they might be open to selling Noni Madueke, the price that is set by Chelsea Football Club is going to be the biggest determinant of if this deal does happen or not. If Arsenal see that Chelsea set a price of 60 million plus, I doubt that we will make a transfer of this signing of this caliber for a player like Noni Madueke. There's no way we are going to break the bank and spend 50 million on Noni Madueke. No chance in hell, in my opinion. Please do hit the like button, guys. We have over 575 people on YouTube, another 600 people on Twitter. Please hit the like buttons. Let's get this video past at least 250 likes. Should not be a problem right now if you guys hit the like button. Now, my question to you guys is, do you think Noni Madueke to Arsenal will happen? Before we go any further. Now, personal terms, we've agreed to personal terms with players in the past. We've agreed to personal terms with so many players in the past who have not signed. If I'm not mistaken, Higuain, we agreed personal terms. Julian Drexler, we agreed personal terms. We agreed personal terms with, just go back to a couple windows ago, we agreed personal terms with Isaac. We agreed personal terms with Vlahovic. We agreed personal terms with so many players in the past. Arsenal agreed personal terms with people all the time. It doesn't necessarily mean we're going to actually physically sign the player. At the rate at which this is escalating is really pissing some fans off. But the reality is, just because we've agreed personal terms does not mean it's going to happen. Now, you let me know. Do you think Noni Madueke to Arsenal will happen? In the chat, please do. Do you think Arsenal should we trust Andre Berta before we start jumping to conclusions? Yes, no. So let me know in the chat if you guys think Noni Madueke to Arsenal will happen, yes or no. And also, the most important thing for me is personal terms are one thing. Chelsea agree 50 million pound. If they want 50 million pounds, 45 million pounds, I don't think Arsenal is going to pay that. I think Arsenal are going to try to get the deal as close as possible to 30 to 35 million. They still want the player. They still view him as a piece to what they want. And in my opinion, it doesn't make sense because of the next thing that we're going to talk about, which is the Ethan situation. Ethan's contract situation is also a situation that we need to monitor closely. We need to monitor that closely because Ethan's contract situation is a situation that could be closely tied to the signings of Eze and Noni Madueke. Now, before we go any further, Chelsea are expecting an offer from Arsenal for Noni Madueke. Sky Sports News understand that the player is emerging as a top target for Arsenal. Now, if Arsenal bid 30 million for Noni Madueke, I would expect Chelsea to reject it. If we bid 35 million, I'd expect them to reject it. They probably want 40 million for Noni Madueke as he's 23 years old on reasonable wages. And as you guys have seen, we've already accepted personal terms. To me, I'm disgusted. I don't want this guy. And one of the main reasons why I don't want him is because of Ethan. And let me show you guys what I mean. Ethan last season played 37 games, got 9 goals, got 2 assists, and played 13,000 minutes in 17 starts. Fairly similar statistics to a man in Noni Madueke who played 45 games, started 31 of them, and had 26,000 minutes, over 1,200 plus minutes more minimum, let alone 1,200 plus more than Ethan. And he played 45 games, which is an additional, like, what is that? Seven games right there. Additional 8 games right there. Additional 8 games more than Ethan also. And he only had 3 assists more and 2 goals more all competitions. Ethan right now, in my opinion, at the right wing position, would not offer us as much pace or 1v1 threat, but he would offer us as much of an option in that position going forward. I don't want to lose Ethan. I don't want to risk losing Ethan. And the reports coming out are that, guess what? To add insult to injury, Chelsea are looking at Ethan. Yeah. Out of all clubs, Chelsea Football Club are monitoring Ethan's situation. Now, I think this is no different than news you would hear on a regular basis for any player who is going anywhere. Now, understand, Chelsea are showing interest in Ethan, and only in the case a new deal won't be sealed with Arsenal, they can potentially get him on a free as of January this upcoming January. Ethan and Arsenal are in talks over a new deal. The player wants game time guarantees, and separate to the deal with Madueke, who has agreed with personal terms with Arsenal. Also, reports are that Arsenal are looking to get a deal with Ethan sorted, but Ethan wants certain guarantees, obviously, as Fabrizio has stated, but we don't know what those guarantees are. Could they be just minutes, or could it just be a situation where he's saying to himself, I want to know what's going to happen with my position, where am I going to play? Because 8 hours ago, David Ornstein came out with a tweet about Ethan, and they don't view him as a right winger at all. They view Ethan as an 8/10, opposed to a winger. This is what David Ornstein reported 8 hours ago. So with that being said, Ethan being viewed as an 8/10, does that mean that's why they're going to go get Noni Madueke? Does that mean that's why they're justifying the signing of Noni Madueke? They're viewing Noni Madueke as an improvement in our squad depth, improvement on coming off the bench from what we currently have. Personally, for me, I would rather not block the pathway. But if they view Ethan as a 8/10, I don't think Ethan is going to play over Havertz, over Odegaard, over Declan Rice, over Mikel Moreno. But there's going to be minutes to go around, probably. There's going to be minutes to go around. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And to add insult to injury, to add insult to the whole Madueke situation, Chelsea are going to go sign Kudus with that same money we're trying to sign Madueke with. They're trying to go sign Mohamed Kudus for the same money we're trying to sign Madueke with, and they're also looking to get Ethan. Now, I don't think they're going to get Ethan. I don't think Chelsea are going to pull off the deal for Ethan. But at this point, I'm not even going to think about whether the signing makes sense of Noni Madueke or not. I just think Ethan is an immense talent. He's an amazing player. We do not want to mess up what we have at home by signing a player like that. If Chelsea were to sign Ethan Nwaneri, that would be a catastrophic failure from Arsenal Football Club. We've already done similar to this with Amari Hutchinson. It would be a catastrophic failure. The club as a whole, we cannot lose some of our best young talent. And some of the people I've spoken to that I see on social media that are quite well informed have been speaking, and they maybe talk sense. Let me show you this tweet right here, for example. And I think this is very relevant. So shout out to MMA Gunner. MMA Gunner reports that it's just reports that come out whenever a player is in contract talks. Player X is in contract talks with Club X. Other clubs are interested. The player X wants to stay. So this just might be this kind of situation where the agents are doing what they do to get the best deal for their players. Don't forget, Ethan right now is on $5K a week, and he's looking to get a new professional contract, which is going to get him to maybe 30 to 25 to 40 to 50K a week. He wants a significant raise since he's going to be playing the first team. And maybe as fans, we need to be a little bit more level-headed and not necessarily go too worried. Because if I look at the squad size, we do have a squad size in which where we can potentially still have enough minutes for him to play. Because when you look at our squad, I'm just going to pull it up right now quickly. 1 second. Let me just pull up the Arsenal squad. The squad currently is not as big as people think it is. The squad right now is not as big as you would think. So here we go. So at this moment in time, our forward options, we still have Reece Nelson. We still have Havertz, Trossard, Martinelli, Jesus, Bukayo Saka. Then you go to the midfield. You still have Lokonga, Rice, Fabio Vieira, Mikel Moreno. Hopefully we were to move out both Lokonga and Fabio Vieira, right? Then you go to the defense. The thing is, why isn't Ethan even shown in this list of players? Why is Ethan not even in that? That's very interesting. So defenders, we already know about. We're solid there. Maybe add one more defender. We need to move on from both Fabio Vieira and Lokonga. You're still going to have minutes in the midfield for a player like him. Eze is also being potentially signed to play in the midfield. Kai Havertz can also play in the midfield. We're not going to see Jesus fit for a while. Reece Nelson, I don't know if we're going to sell him or not, but reports are we're going to sell him also. So there's going to be positions. At this moment in time, we basically have 1, 2, 3, 4 forwards. So we need at least minimum 2 attacking players to come in, be it Eze and a striker. But reports are Eze is being signed to play in the midfield. Midfield right now, Zubimendi walks in, Norgard walks in. That's 5 midfielders. Forget about Lokonga and Albert. Forget about Fabio Vieira and Albert Sambi Lokonga. Our team, we're going to need decent recruitment in the majority of these places. So 3 midfielders. We're going to be signing 3 midfielders this window. We've already got Norgard, Zubimendi, and Eze as those 3 midfielders being linked. Then you're going to have 6 midfielders. Where is Ethan going to be getting in there? He's not going to be the backup to Odegaard. That's going to be Eze. He's not going to be the backup to Declan Rice. That's Moreno. He's not going to be the backup to Zubimendi. That's going to be Norgard. Very interesting. The attack. The Bukayo Saka backup is reportedly going to be none other than Madueke. The backup striker is going to be Kai Havertz. We're going to sign a forward, a starting striker. And one of Martinelli and Trossard are going to go, and we're going to probably sign a left winger. If Eze is the left winger and we don't sign Rodrygo, then maybe both Martinelli and Trossard end up staying, and Eze is just added to the team, and he's going to bolster the left wing and the midfield and the 10. Regardless, I still don't see why Madueke signing is better than what we currently have. Let me repeat that again. Is Madueke better than Bukayo Saka? No. Is Madueke better than Martinelli? I don't think so. Is Martinelli better than Trossard? I don't think so. Is Madueke better than Jesus on the wing, even if Jesus was fit? No. The only person in our starting 11 that I think Madueke is better than is probably Reece Nelson. And even then, we haven't seen Reece Nelson consistently for a while. So we can't even say back him on that. People talking about, well, Arteta wants Madueke. I really don't care what the manager wants at this moment in time. I genuinely could not care about what the manager wants. I don't think the manager alone is making these transfers. Some of these things just don't make sense. Arsenal need a 10 and a left winger. What do? We signed Madueke and Eze when we could have got Rodrygo and Eze. What are we doing? Why? Why would we do such a thing? It does not make sense. Sometimes as a football club, we do not make sense. And I'm not somebody who bashes the club 24/7. I'm not somebody who's negative 24/7. But this right here is annoying to me. It's very, very annoying to me. Very worrying, very concerning. And we'll see. There's, oh my God. Chelsea signed Gittins for 52 million as Noni Madueke edges to Arsenal. Edges. What a word. What a terrible word. Disgusting word. Noni Madueke, Arsenal known a deal is there to be done. If they want, remains to be seen. We'll see. Madueke would be the 7th player swapped with Chelsea from Arsenal since 2019. What are we doing? 7 players since 2019. 7 players. That's crazy. Just so many different updates about Noni Madueke. I'm really starting to get sick and tired of the Noni Madueke stuff. Let's go to Rodrygo. Let's see something nice for once. Let's think about something nice. Here we got Hand of Arsenal tweeting saying intermediates with a direct mandate from Saudi Arabian club have been in contact and told in no certain terms that Rodrygo prefers a move to the Premier League with Arsenal's his absolute priority in case a deal can be struck with Real Madrid. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here melting down over Madueke as Rodrygo could be getting done in the background. Rodrygo could be getting done in the background, and you guys are sitting here worrying about Madueke. Guys, seriously, people in the chat are telling me talk about Ethan. I'll talk about Ethan in a second. But I just want to talk 1 second about Rodrygo before we go any further. You guys keep talking about other players, but we are missing the big factor right here that Rodrygo could be getting done. Rodrygo could be getting done very, very soon. As we're all worrying about all these other things, Rodrygo could be getting done very soon. Rodrygo has not been selected on the bench and is on the bench for the 4th consecutive game in the Club World Cup. This man has not played consecutively in the Club World Cup. This is a guy who keeps speaking about, who keeps posting stuff on social media, on Twitter about Real Madrid, to the point where going into this game versus Dortmund, he before the match he tweeted that he even tweeted just before the match. He tweeted about this, saying about the match, his team tweeting about the match. But guess what? He don't even get on the pitch. Look at this. Before the game, for the 4th consecutive game, he was on the bench. Now he's out here deleting tweets of him saying, "Oh, Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund," with the Real Madrid heart. He needs to stop sending out Real Madrid hearts and start looking at what his options are away from Real Madrid. They're making it very clear for him in the nicest way possible. Go find yourself another club, Rodrygo. And that other club could be Arsenal. Arsenal want to break the bank for Rodrygo. Arsenal have been speaking to Rodrygo for a while now. Arsenal are looking to buy Rodrygo. Liverpool have not yet sold, Luis Diaz. So they don't have the money yet to go and pull off a Rodrygo deal. We have Rodrygo ready to go. We're waiting. Rodrygo's absolute priority at this moment in time is being reported that it's Arsenal. If this is true and Arsenal pull off the Rodrygo deal, I'm going to be very excited. hold on, guys. Don't get yourselves too panicked yet, because this window could turn out to still be really, really good. Arsenal could end up turning this around and having an amazing transfer window. We get Rodrygo over the line, we're cooking. We're cooking. Yeah, people talking shit saying Chelsea. Nah, bro. Why would Rodrygo go to Chelsea over Arsenal when you have 101 players? Doesn't make sense. Also, him going to Man City doesn't make sense. Him going to Bayern Munich now that Musiala broke his ankle, maybe that's a possibility. But in my opinion, the Rodrygo deal is completely separate from the Madueke deal. In an ideal world, I would get Eze and Rodrygo, and I wouldn't even look at Madueke. I wouldn't even look at him. I wouldn't look at him. But quickly, let's see what else is new with Rodrygo. As there was reports from AFC stuff talking about Rodrygo. Here we go. This is Ben Jacobs, and this is Ben Jacobs speaking about it. Speaking about Rodrygo, basically saying Real Madrid are open to selling Rodrygo and are prepared to sanction an exit around 90 million euros, which is, I think, is quite a cheap deal, to be fair. At this stage, Arsenal have only made a preliminary inquiry, but their interest is genuine and active, and are now waiting for clarity on whether Rodrygo will ask to leave. Arsenal are weighing up whether to add a high-profile left winger. A move will likely require an exit of Gabriel Martinelli or Leandro Trossard, which I would be 100% open to. Arsenal also appreciate Anthony Gordon. Had also looked into Nico Williams, who have signed a new 10-year deal also for the club that he's at. Another option discussing the right side cover for Bukayo Saka. Of course, we currently have Martinelli and Trossard, who could also cover on the right side, but Arsenal have held intermediate talks with Noni Madueke, and the recruitment team are indicating that's advanced, knowing he can also be used on the left side. So interest for Rodrygo, Gordon, and Madueke is separate to any expected pursuit of Eberechi Eze. Now, this doesn't give me clarity over if we are going to actually sign Rodrygo. It just tells me that Rodrygo is available for the 90 million. We are also interested in a bunch of other players. We're going to sign maybe one of Rodrygo, Madueke, and Gordon. So hopefully it's not Madueke, because imagine we sign Madueke and then Gordon, Gordon stays in Newcastle and Rodrygo ends up joining Chelsea or Liverpool. We would look like proper idiots spending 40 million on Madueke when we could go and get Rodrygo. But we'll have to wait and see. I personally think right now we already have our backup for Bukayo Saka in the building. The backup for Bukayo Saka, in my opinion, is already in the building. The backup for Bukayo Saka is one of Trossard or Martinelli. That is the backup for Bukayo Saka. Or the backup for Bukayo Saka is none other than the man himself, Ethan Nwaneri, if that is an option. We don't necessarily need to go and get Madueke. It does not make sense to me. It does not make sense to me. People saying don't get your hopes up. We'll have to wait and see. Now, we already spoke about Ethan. We already spoke about Ethan to Chelsea. I don't know why some of you guys were saying we didn't speak about Ethan to Chelsea. We did speak about Ethan to Chelsea. And Ethan to Chelsea is basically straight up rumors that a player who Arsenal have currently a contract situation with is interested in another club. We hear that story every single day of the week whenever there's an issue. We always hear about that. There's nothing new there. Nothing new there at all. 6 hours ago, we heard that Arsenal are in talks still with Eze. The Eze deal is still ongoing. We're going to see if that progresses any further. What else is there going on? Sesko, growing sense that fears that anxiety at RB Leipzig around the future of Benjamin Sesko. Clubs are in a desperate need to sell players to rebuild their squad and have accepted Benjamin Sesko will be the man to fill up their kitty. The issue is that Arsenal are not yet made a bid. That is seriously worrying for Leipzig. This is being reported by The Sun, obviously not one of the most credible sources, but of course Arsenal are considering 60 million a fair price. Leipzig wants prefer upwards of 70 million, even reported that they want closer to 100 million. So Arsenal are still staying firm with the Benjamin Sesko situation. We already know about Thomas Partey being charged yesterday and his contract being terminated due to ongoing legal procedures. The club are unable to comment on the case at this moment in time. Arsenal under 21 coach has left. What else is going on? What else is going on here? Zubimendi transfer will be announced very soon. They just held off from announcing him because of other things going on. Trossard has gotten a new agency. We already know about some of these other things that have gone on. The latest on let me go pull this up. So the latest thing I seen on where is it? Here it is. This is the latest thing I seen 8 hours ago. Arsenal sees itself as the only English club interested in Gyökeres. So Sporting will sooner or later be forced to lower its demands. Gyökeres continues to reject offers and insists he only desires to join Arsenal. Arsenal is still far from the 80 million offer. So right now, he's rejecting all his deals from other clubs. Arsenal are rejecting to pay the 80 million. Either they give us what we want or we don't budge. We're going to stay clear on what we want, and that is the latest rumors on that. Sporting accept bonuses for yeah, they want 80. They're not getting 80. They're not getting 80. It's very simple. Either they take what we're willing to give them, or they're not getting anything at all. Straightforward, simple as that. Simple as that. Anything else that you guys want to talk about before we go? Because I'm going to wrap it up here. Please tell me you guys have at least gotten this video past at least 200 likes. We're only on 132 likes. You guys can do much better than that. This is a legendary video. And shout out to everyone in the comment section. I just want to say you guys have been amazing today. Haven't discussed the fees yet with Sporting. We have discussed transfers with Sporting. They just don't want to accept what we're willing to give them. Thoughts on Musiala's injury, Iga? Boys and girls, did you see the Musiala injury? Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I'm just going to show you guys. This is insane. Do you want to see it? Look at that. That is crazy. Personally, I think Musiala is going to be out for at least, what is that? 4 to 6 week or 4 to 6 month injury. What is that? How long you injured? That's 4 to 6 week injury right there. Your ankle can recover in 4 to 6 weeks, reportedly, but that is a bad injury. It looks worse than it actually is, I think. So hopefully he can get back sooner and later. And this can happen at any time. Anybody can get injured at any time. Hopefully he 4 to 5 months recovery. How long? Is it 4 to 6 weeks or 4 to 5 months? I don't know. Depends how severe the ankle injury is. But hey, wish him all the best. Hopefully he's all right. Hopefully he can get better very soon. And yeah, this game right now that's going to be coming up, it's going to be a crazy game. We're going to have to see Dortmund versus Real Madrid. It's going to be insane, intense game. And they're announcing the players now. So before this game begins and kicks off, I'm just going to say shout out to everybody who's been watching. Big up to all you guys. I really do appreciate all the support on the channel. You guys have been immense. And yeah, today, man, I can't believe Fabrizio came out and cooked me on social media over my post. I can't believe that. That is insane. Shout out to all you guys watching. Big up to everybody who's in the chat. One thing I'm going to do, I'm going to send you guys over now to Lee Gunner's channel. And you guys just need to message Lee and be like, Arteta in. Wait, let me see who else is live. Who else is live that I can send you guys to? Let me see who's live that I can send you guys to. Who else is live? Yeah, I'm going to just send you guys to Lee. I'm going to send you guys over to Lee. Guys, Go check out Lee Gunner's channel. We're out of here, people. Catch you guys in the next video. Love for the love. You already know what it is. And tell Lee Gunner Arteta in raid. You guys already know what it is. We're out of here, people. Love for the love. Catch you in the next video. Peace out. Is there any questions left that you guys haven't said? No, that's it. You guys already know what it is. Peace out, people. Don't know.